Hello students, a new thing in this lecture that we are going to discuss only 2 marks questions of the lower limb. You are here and I am discussing with you questions along with the answers of the lower limb, especially that of the lower limb. So one by one, name the first and important, name the bones of the tarsus or name the tarsal bones. So in the bones of the tarsus, the first one, largest bone, is the calcaneus, talus, navicular and cuboid, and 3 cuneiform bones. There are 8 carpal bones, there are 7 tarsal bones. So medially there is a navicular, laterally cuboid. These are the 7 tarsal bones. Now name the muscles attached to the iliac crest. Name the muscles. This is little bit one of the odd question, but this question once upon it was asked. So name the muscles attached to the iliac crest. So muscles attached to the iliac crest is transversus abdominis, erector spinae, gluteus maximus, latissimus dorsi, quadratus lumborum, internal oblique, external oblique muscle of the abdomen, then the tensor fascia lata, that is to the lateral. Lata means lateral side. These are the muscles attached to the iliac crest of the ilium or iliac bone. Then secondly, the ligaments of the hip joint. There are mainly 5 ligaments of the hip joint: capsular ligament of the hip joint, acetabular labrum, transverse ligament, then iliofemoral ligament, ischiofemoral ligament, and pubofemoral ligament. These are the main important ligaments of the hip joint. Then name the very simple question, but student generally miss in that. Name the bones participating in the knee joint. So sometimes the students miss to write down the patella. Patella is also one of the bone that participate in the formation of a knee joint. So lower end of the femur, upper end of the tibia and patella. Fibula remains outside the knee joint. Then the 3 tubercles from the femur. Name the 3 tubercles from the femur. First one is a quadrat tubercle, which is on a iliac intertrochanteric crest, quadrat tubercle. Secondly, gluteal tubercle on the gluteal line on the posterior aspect, that continuous superior linea aspera, spiral line and gluteal line. On the gluteal line there is one tubercle called as the gluteal tubercle, and posterior aspect of the medial condyle there is one tubercle called as the adductor tubercle, that is called as the adductor tubercle. Quadrat tubercle, gluteal tubercle and adductor tubercle. These are the 3 tubercles from the present on the femur. Name the muscles attached to the linea aspera. Muscles attached to the around the linea aspera, that is posterior border. The first is the adductor magnus. All the 3 adductor muscles, adductor magnus, adductor longus and adductor brevis. Then the bicep femoris muscle. These are the muscles. Bicep femoris muscle. These are the muscles attached to the linea aspera, that is posterior border of the femur. Name the muscles attached to the upper end of the femur. Muscles attached to the upper end of the femur. Most of the muscles mm, are inserted on the upper end of the femur. That is attachments. One ligament is attached. Ligament of the head of the femur, piriformis, obturator internus, and gemmelli, obturator externus, and quadratus femoris, and psoas major, iliacus, and gluteus maximus, and vastus lateralis. Number of muscles are there. The highest is the piriformis. Then name the muscles attached to the lower end of the femur. So lower end of the femur gives attachment to the two heads of the gastrocnemius. Then plantaris is there. Then the adductor magnus is inserted. Remaining all are originated at the lower end of the femur. Then name the ligaments of the knee joint. Ligaments of the knee joint consist of the fibular collateral ligament, tibial collateral ligament, capsular ligament of the knee joint, anterior cruciate ligament, posterior cruciate ligament. These are the ligaments of the knee joint. These are the ligaments of the knee joint. Then what is the coxa vera? If normally there is a neck and shaft angle. If neck shaft angle is 125 degree in general, if it gets decreased by birth, if it is less, that clinical condition is called as coxa vera. That clinical condition is called as a coxa vera regarding the femur. So that is about the coxa vera. Now the ligaments of the ankle joint, the capsular ligament, then the medial ligament is also called as a deltoid ligament. Medial ligament is also called as a deltoid ligament. Then the lateral ligament. These are the three important ligaments of the ankle joint. Then name the muscles. Name the muscles of the anterior compartment of the thigh. They are called as collectively. There the extensor. In addition to this, one more muscle is there, that is sartorius. Then name the quadriceps femoris muscles: vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius, vastus medialis, and rectus femoris. These are the quadriceps femoris muscles. But in addition to these four muscles, there is one longest muscle, that is sartorius. What is origin, insertion, and nerve supply of the sartorius? It originates from the anterior superior iliac spine. It is inserted on the medial condyle of the tibia. On a medial condyle of the tibia, sartorius is one of the gyropes. So along with the gracilis, sartorius, and that semitendinosus, these are the muscles of the gyropes. So the origin and insertion, and it is supplied by femoral nerve, one of the branch of the femoral nerve, to the sartorius from the anterior division of the femoral nerve. Then name the gyropes. There are three gyrope muscles. They are sartorius, gracilis, and semitendinosus, because they are coming from the different compartments. Sartorius comes from anterior compartment, gracilis is the muscle of medial compartment, and semitendinosus is the muscle of the posterior compartment. Then name the hamstring muscles. There are three hamstring muscles, that is bicep femoris, and laterally bicep femoris, medially semitendinosus and semimembranosus. These are the hamstrings. But some theories says that adductor magnus is also one of the hamstring muscle. The hamstring part of the adductor magnus is a hamstring muscle. So it is hybrid muscle. Which muscle is hybrid? adductor magnus is a hybrid muscle. So these are the four muscles collectively called as a hamstring muscles. Name the muscles supplied by the femoral nerve. Just we have seen quadriceps femoris muscle and sartorius. All of these five muscles are supplied by femoral nerve. Name the muscles supplied by obturator nerve. Adductor magnus, adductor longus and adductor brevis. These are the three adductors. In addition to this, gracilis. Gracilis is also supplied by the obturator nerve. Gracilis, that is one of the important medial compartment muscle of the thigh. What is root value of sciatic nerve? What is root value of the sciatic nerve? S2, S3, S4, S5 and L1 and L2. These are the L2, L3, L4, L5, S1, S2. Lumbar and then sacral. That is the root value of the sciatic nerve. S2, S3, S4, S5, L1, L2. So that is the root value. Then the root value of the tibial part and peroneal part they are different. They may be asked as a. Then mention any four muscles attached to the fibula. This is one of the odd question. That is soleal, fibular head of the soleus. Then the flexor hallucis longus, tibialis posterior. Then the muscles attached to the anterior muscles attached to the these are the muscles attached to the fibula, mainly any four muscles. In addition to this, there is a insertion of the bicep femoris muscle is also there. Okay, now name the gluteal muscles. There are around 10 muscles in the gluteal region. Very simple: gluteus maximus, medius and minimus. Then piriformis. Then the interiorly there is a quadratus. That quadratus femoris muscle, piriformis muscle, that makes the whole buttock. What you say as a buttock. Then muscle pectineus is also there. That makes the whole buttock. Most of the part is occupied by gluteus maximus, that of the gluteal region, to what you call as a gluteal region. Now the anterior compartment muscles of the leg. Name the anterior compartment muscles of the leg. It consists of tibialis anterior, extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum superficialis and peroneal tertius. These are the four muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg. Name the lateral compartment muscles of the leg. They are only two: peroneal longus and peroneal brevis. Then there is no medial compartment of the leg. Name the muscles of the back of the leg. Back of the leg is further divided into superficial and deep. Superficial muscles are muscles of the tendocalcaneus, or another question may be asked: name the muscles of the tendocalcaneus. There are four muscles: lateral head of the gastrocnemius, medial head of the gastrocnemius, soleus and plantaris. These are the muscles that comes together to form the strongest tendon in the body, tendocalcaneus. These are superficial muscles. Then of the back of the leg, what are the deep muscles? Deep muscles of the back of the leg are the tibialis posterior, flexor digitorum superficialis and flexor hallucis longus. They are also called as the deep muscles, and they are responsible to produce the tarsal tunnel syndrome. There is a pain. They come under cover of the tarsal tunnel, and they are in their tendons may injure to the posterior tibial nerve. Name the muscles. Name the nerve that supply to the hamstrings. Hamstrings are supplied by sciatic nerve. All the adductors and odd medial compartment muscles are supplied by obturator nerve. Then the muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg is supplied by deep peroneal nerve, and muscles of the deep aspect of the leg is supplied by supplied by posterior tibial nerve. Posterior tibial nerve. The tibial nerve, and then the boundaries of the femoral triangle. Boundaries of the femoral triangle, that is, base is formed by inguinal ligament, apex is formed by the meeting point of the sartorius with the medial border of the adductor magnus, sartorius and inguinal ligament. Base, apex is meeting point of the sartorius and adductor longus. Name the structures in the roof of the femoral triangle: skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, saphenous opening, superficial inguinal lymph nodes and saphenous vein. These are the content. Name the muscles in the floor of the femoral triangle. There are three muscles in the floor of the femoral triangle, from lateral to medial or from the medial to lateral. From laterally, iliacus, in the mid, psoas major, and medially, pectineus. Iliacus, psoas major and pectineus. Name the contents of the femoral triangle. There are three important contents: femoral artery, femoral vein covered by a sheath called as a femoral sheath, and laterally outside the sheath there is a femoral nerve. So three contents are there: femoral nerve, femoral artery and femoral vein. Then the branches of the femoral artery. There are three superficial branches and three deep branches of the femoral artery. So superficial branches are the superficial circumflex iliac artery. See the arteries, the name of the arteries and name of the veins are almost similar regarding the femoral artery. First of all, the superficial branches, the superficial external pudendal, superficial epigastric and superficial circumflex iliac, pudendal and the superficial epigastric, iliac and pudendal. These are the superficial. And deep, only pudendal is a deep pudendal artery. Profunda femoris artery is the largest branch, and the muscular branches unnamed, muscular branches are named according. So again revise: superficial and deep. Superficial three deep branches of the femoral artery: superficial pudendal artery, superficial epigastric artery and superficial iliac artery. Deep are deep pudendal, profunda femoris and muscular branches. Now the tributaries of the femoral vein. So the name of the arteries, if you know the name of it, has the same tributaries except that the great saphenous vein that opens into the femoral vein, and from the there are the tributary that is same. So superficial circumflex iliac. The name of the tributaries of the femoral vein is very similar to the branches of the femoral artery. If such a question is being asked, then the branches of the femoral nerve, anterior division and posterior division. Anterior division, cutaneous branches, lateral cutaneous, intermediate cutaneous and medial cutaneous. Nerve to the sartorius, nerve to the vastus lateralis, nerve to the rectus femoris, nerve to the vastus intermedius and nerve to the vastus medialis. These are the branches of the femoral nerve. Then the adductor canal. Adductor canal. There are two walls of. What are the contents of adductor canal? Adductor canal consists of the femoral vein, femoral artery, saphenous nerve, a branch of the and posterior division of the obturator, and a nerve to the vastus medialis. These are the main important contents of the adductor canal, are also called as Hunter's canal or subsartorial canal. Name the boundaries of the popliteal fossa. Boundaries of the popliteal fossa: laterally bicep femoris, medially semitendinous, semimembranosus, laterally and downward, lateral end of the gastrocnemius, medially and downward, medial end of the gastrocnemius. What are the structures in the that they are present in the roof of the popliteal fossa? The roof of the popliteal fossa consists of, mainly it consists of the skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, then the posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh, then the posterior division of the medial cutaneous nerve of the thigh, then small saphenous vein, then peroneal communicating nerve. These are the structures in the roof of the popliteal fossa. Name the muscles in the floor of the popliteal structures in the floor of the popliteal fossa. There are two important structures in the floor of the popliteal fossa. The floor of the popliteal fossa consists of the muscle popliteus and capsule of the knee joint. Name the branches of the popliteal artery. There are main 6 branches of the popliteal artery: superior genicular, superior medial genicular, superior lateral genicular, then in the inferior medial genicular, then the inferior lateral genicular artery, peroneal artery, then the anterior tibial artery. These are the branches of the popliteal artery. Just keep in mind, medial and lateral genicular superior, medial and lateral genicular inferior, and a peroneal artery. If you mention any 4, that is sufficient. Then the popliteal vein. In the popliteal vein, you know, the small saphenous vein that opens into the popliteal vein, as all of you know better. Then I again revise the root value of the sciatic nerve: L4, L5, S1, S2, S3. That is root value of the sciatic nerve. Name the arches of the foot. There are 2 arches: the medial longitudinal arch, lateral longitudinal arch, and anterior and posterior. The arches of the foot, basically there are 2 anterior arch and posterior. Anterior arch is medial longitudinal and lateral, and the posterior arch is incomplete in one foot. It completes only in by another foot. That is the posterior arch of the foot. Transverse is medial longitudinal arch. Longitudinal arches are medial and lateral, and transverse arches are anterior and posterior. Posterior is incomplete. Okay, that's all for a 2 marks revision of the 2 marks question from the lower limb. Thank you.